Welcome to Unveiling Valor, Capt Len Kaine's journey from naval hero.
Hello,
Hi,
how are you?
good.
Either in the bathroom, maybe I left in the bathroom. Trying to find my phone, even though I don't need it for the call. Hey, there's Len Kaine, reporting for duty, sir.
Yeah, the thing is, Len Kaine is on the listener, not on the, hang on, we do this.
Oh, I thought I walked them through what to do.
I just sent him an invite for some reason. There we go.
I see Len Kaine's face,
All right, Linda, I'm going to send you another invite.
and I hit the button. I signed on as a speaker.
Okay,
Yeah,
now I'm on as a speaker.
there we go.
Okay, I'm on. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am,
loud and clear.
Now we just have to get Len on.
as a speaker. All right. Yeah, you got a lot, when you connect as a speaker, not as a listener.
Okay, I thought I
You,
had
you,
um,
you are.
but yeah, because I
Yeah, but
walked
you
Len
taught
through.
Len how to do it.
Yeah, and see, and mine came on first as a listener too. Should I give him a call, or do you want to give him a call?
You can give him a call. But you two can't be so close together in the house
Yeah, I know. I'll shut my door in a minute.
because I get the echo.
Yeah, I know. So do I. So let me call Len. All right. Hey, no, it's Linda again. Mary sent a new invitation. The one that you and I had were just for listeners. So we were only listening, but we couldn't talk. So she sent you a new link. So close out of the one that you have, the email that you have, and she sent you a new one. For some reason, you and I got on as listeners instead of speakers. So I just logged into the thing and there's nothing doing. Yeah, because you're just as a listener. So close out of that one. Mary sent you a new link, a new email. Okay, so I'll go look and see if I can find it. Yeah, so close out of that one, and then yeah, because I had the same thing. We were both as listeners instead of speakers. Yeah, just close out of the one that you have open, and then on your emails, Mary said she sent you a new one, a new link.
Well, just looking at it right now. I'm opening it right now.
Okay.
It took a long time last time. And it goes through this lengthy lines back and forth.
Len, when you go to the right email and you hit sign on as a speaker, you should get a black dashboard. And you should see a list on the left and see your picture. And Linda's.
I just got an email saying that Mary Stanley just came in and shared an item.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just got it.
Okay.
So you and I, so I'm telling you to open.
Yep. Open that email.
I just clicked on it.
Okay. And then it should somewhere, see, I don't have it in front of me, what it says, because I'm already in. It should say, does it have like, what does the email say?
Pod, does it have the Bean Pod landing page?
It's still trying to come on.
Okay. On her email, hold on, let me
click on the meeting today.
It says play. I guess that I should click on that.
Mary?
That's what I sent this morning. It's the picture of the babies.
Oh, okay. That was just from Mary. That's just pictures of her kids. No, we want the one from Podbean. The one that you're clicking to hit play, that's just Mary sent you some pictures of the kids. That's not what you should be opening.
Well, that's just what I just got.
Yeah.
I'll close it up.
Yeah, close out of that. The one that you want, it says
you need access. So I have to request access again, right?
Mary, his is saying.
No. Just give me 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay, Mary said, "Give her 1 minute." There's several ways. Okay, somebody.
There's several different loopholes in the system.
Yeah, there's several ways. It looks like there's somebody else has joined us, Mary. With not an English name.
That's Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
All right, Len.
Okay.
All good.
Okay, what should Len be doing, Mary?
Give me 1 second.
Give her 1 second.
My computer's a little slow. We have many windows open. All right.
Seems like a logical thing. Should I do that?
Mary, what is it that you're sending Len?
There will be a link. Click on the link.
There'll be a link and click on the link.
You know what a link is. Is there an email or describe to it what you're sending him?
It tells me to request access.
It is telling him to request access.
No, that's not right.
That's not right. No, that's not right.
So what I'm going to do is right now, Len, give it 1 or 2 minutes. There will be an email from me. It will say, the subject will say link for the radio show. Underneath it will be a link. Click on it. And
Can you hear Mary?
I did hear that. Not
Okay.
quite well enough, but she's going to
Yeah.
send me another one. I
Yeah.
understand.
Okay, I'm going to hang up. I'm going to have Mary call you directly. Mary, call Len directly. Okay.
Yepers.
Okay. Len, I'm hanging up. Mary's going to call you directly.
Okay.
Okay.
Mary, my
I
or home number. What do you
she's
prefer?
she's calling your cell phone number.
My cell phone. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm hanging up. Bye bye.
Okay.
Linda, which one's Len's cell phone number? That's the 6500.
Hold on just a moment. Where does it? Okay.
Len Kaine, 619-435-6500.
All right, got it. That's the one they gave me. All right, so check your email. There'll be an email from me.
Len, are you there?
Not yet. We're still working on it.
Okay.
Okay. Give me 1 second. And once we get the hang of it, that's not a big deal.
I understand. I know what's,
All right. I'm going to send it to you again. So close out your email, relog into your email.
Mary, in the middle of the dashboard, there's a bunch. I can't read it. I'm on my screen in the living room. Um, I'm just seeing those comments by people that are
Yeah,
calling in.
he's from India. I wrote back, and
Oh,
so
okay.
did, and he's disconnected for now.
Okay.
So
What about all these? And what I can't read them. I'm trying. I can't, all this.
yeah, because it's a different language.
Oh, okay.
He says, "Warm wishes from India to the wonderful show, dear friend. You are from which country?" And so I wrote back, the India, that we're from the U.S. We're having a new platform for us.
I'm looking at a black screen right now.
Oh, yay!
Hi,
You're
Len.
on. You're on. Yay!
Right. So,
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Len.
Hi,
I can hear you. Yeah.
I'm looking at the screen and up the upper right. It says share.
No, don't worry about anything else. You're on live. We can
You're
hear
on.
you, and you can hear us.
I can hear you. Yes.
Yes, yes. So this is it. You don't have to worry about sharing
Welcome to
anything. That's
Unveiling
if you
Valor,
want to share your
Captain Len
screen
Kaine's
to
journey
show
from naval
something.
hero
But
to
and
humanitarian
if you
luminary
notice,
with your host.
we had a visitor from India stop on the show.
so, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first live episode of Optimize My Life presents Unveiling Valor with our very own Captain Len Kaine.
Yay!
Good afternoon.
Captain Len is a distinguished recipient of from the U.S. Navy Humanitarian Award, six-time Nobel Peace Prize nominee, soon to be seventh, an esteemed Vietnam War hero, and one of the oldest non-for-profits still in existence today, the Golden Rule Society, and the founder of the Kindness Club for kids for adults, and the co-founder of the Kindness Club for kids. Welcome, sir.
Hi, glad to be here with you, nice people.
It's good to hear your voice.
Well, it's good to be here as always.
I thought it was interesting that we did have now people that are just listening can type in comments and questions, and that's what somebody did from India. He wrote warm wishes from India to the wonderful show, and he said, "Dear friends, you are all from which country?" So both Mary and I responded. We are in the USA. Bear with us. We're having some technical difficulties. And I wrote, "We are in the US. Captain Len Kaine is the original Top Gun naval pilot. He will be joining us shortly. This is a new platform for us." And so he or she wrote, liked the show. Um, and so actually he or she, our friend from India, has left the show right now, but we are all on and listening. And it's so wonderful that we have this new platform to hear all about the Golden Rule Society.
Well, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here because the Golden Rule Society charity, we've been helping children, churches, and charities nationwide and worldwide for the past, going to be 53 years.
Wow.
We're all non-paid volunteers, and I very jokingly tell people that we're going to all these sort of things. And the point I'm trying to make is we're not selling anything. And it's been an honor and a pleasure to be helping to make it a better world. We've got a number of programs that I'll be happy to share with everybody and anybody, because that's the reason we're here on this earth. Simply said, to help make it a better world. Makes no sense for to be fighting one another and killing one another and doing this and that and the other. It just doesn't work. And it's worthless to be injuring people where we can, instead of that, using what we put together for the Golden Rule Society's worldwide kindness campaign. And it goes like this. I'm happy to introduce it. With kindness and love and hope in your heart for peace in the world, treat others the way you want to be treated, truthfully, with dignity and respect. And when you do that, you're sharing the love that your God gives you with others. And when you do that, do it with a smile, because that's why we're here. By golly, it really works. And we have some major people in industry and in the business of it, running the country. They want to be part of the program. And why not? Why not share a kindness and a love program to help to make it a better world? And I'm very honored to meet the gentleman from India. And again, my name is Leonard Kaine, an old Navy fighter pilot, but now for the past 53 years, simply focused on helping others. It doesn't matter where, anywhere in the world. In preparation for joining the good Lord in heaven one day, and we hope that and pray that there is a good heaven for us all to be. Why not? So, one of the other nice things in talking to Miss Mary Stanley and Miss Linda Clayton, they are part of the team. The team was put together years ago, and I was doing charity work, and I got a call from the boss man, and he said, Len, he was a senior advisor to 3 of the presidents of the United States. Wow, what a man. And when we got together, he called me on the phone one day and he says, Len, I've been following what you're doing. I'd like to be a senior advisor in your organization, the Golden Rule Society Charity. And it took me a second and a half to say, welcome aboard. Why not? That's the kind of guy he is. And he has, sadly, cancer got him, and the good Lord called him home to heaven. And we have Mr. Ron Clayton, who's now the president of the Hope Collection, and his lovely wife Linda. She's also on the phone with us today, along with another wonderful lady, Mary Stanley, who served, well, like me, she served in the military. And she finished that job, and with such talent, she proceeded to show how good she is. And she's now one of the senior advisors in the Golden Rule Society Charity. And by the way, I'm going to say it again, we're all non-paid volunteers. So in any one of the dozen senior advisors does something extra special, I always tell them that we're going to double their salary. And of course, they don't take very long to remind me that 2 times nothing is still nothing. Anyway, it's all in good fun. But we have a number of those people that I mentioned helping others in so many different ways. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Len.
Hello.
We don't do it for the salary. We do it for the retirement program.
Thank you. And you can jump in and help in any way you can, whenever you feel up to it, my golly. That's really great. So we're going to trying this new program. a little glitches in the get along to get it started, but once we get it going, it's going to be wonderful being able to convey and communicate with people in as many as 97 countries. And that's the nice part about it, because we're sharing the love that the good Lord gives us. We're sharing it with you. And that's why we all should be part of the team. And you're welcome aboard to the Golden Rule Society charity.
Len, in light of Monday being Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and he always preached about peace and kindness, I'd love for you to talk about the kindness campaign.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's what I mentioned earlier, and we're sharing it with some very senior people in various positions throughout the country and the world, because everybody they look at it and they see it, they said, This makes so much good sense." And I'll go through it one more time because it tugs at my heartstrings. And there's many other things that I want to be talking with you. And one of them, I said, is again, when I was growing up back in my hometown in the state of Pennsylvania, I graduated high school, and the very next day I was going off to the Navy. My goal was to get into the Navy and go to electronics school. And as soon as they discharged me, I was going to go to Penn State University, get my degree in avionics, and get a job with IBM. Well, when I was going ready to go, my mother said to me, "Len, you're leaving now." He says, "Here's what I want you to remember. Wherever you go, whatever you do, whoever you meet, be kind." And those two words are in my heart and my soul and my mind. And I've been living that good guidance from my mother for all these many years. And it pays off wonderfully. Like I say, we don't get paid because we're not selling anything, but we're sharing the love that the good Lord gives us with others all the time. So you are welcome. You are welcome to share the information that we give you, because as I mentioned, one more time, the kindness campaign, because it's very sorry. Then I want to share some other things that there's going to, as some people say, we're going to knock your socks off. But again, kindness campaign is with kindness and love and hope in your heart for peace in the world. Treat others the way you want to be treated, truthfully with dignity and respect. And when you do it again and again, you're sharing the love that your God gives you with others. And when you do it with a smile. And people ask me, what else are you doing here besides this? And I've got to tell you, as a Navy fighter pilot, I was in combat, keeping bad people from doing bad things. And I'm up at high altitudes in my jet airplane. And who's on the ground but the Marine Corps of the United States. And you never get to meet them because they're down low, you're up high. But years later, one of the Marines, he was discharged, and he was a Marine officer, and he had a degree, and he went and got his degree as an attorney. And he became very popular, very professional, and we got to meet again, first time really. And he called me one day after he became a senior advisor in the Golden Rule Society. He said, "Len, I want you to meet this friend of mine who was in combat together. He was injured in combat. He was medically retired, and he was going to college down in Texas. So I went down to meet him. His name is Alexander Candelario. Tall, handsome, very, very sharp. I can't say he's brilliant, but that's the kind of level that you talk to him, because he really had a perfect a wonderful program that was putting together. So I went to Texas, talked to him for a couple hours or so, and I said, "Tell me what you're doing." And he says, "Well, I've got involved in this program in my own mind, and I call it the acronym, if you will. It's called Intiva Health." I said, "Okay, what is Intiva Health?" "Well, it's information, it's technology, it's video, it's audio, and it's memorization. It's all those good things." I said, "Well, that's a nice name. And what are we going to do about it? What's the goal?" He says, "We are in a position now, we want to help to improve and better the educational, not only get it, but the medical industry, not only in the country, but in the world." I said, "Well, that's very, very, wow, that's some kind of a goal." So we talked a little more longer, and the next thing you know, I said, "Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to help fund your organization." And we had a number of people that we talked to, or I talked to, and we put enough money in the organization to form a corporation, which is now Intiva Health. And here's the nice part about it. Putting all the wonderful things together, Mr. Alexander Candelaria, technology-wise, I couldn't keep up with him. So it's grown to the point that we're now number one in the world supporting the medical industry. Can you imagine the feeling? My wife and I, we wake up in the morning and said, "I wonder how many lives we saved today."
Mm-hmm.
And this month, September 2025, my wife Ann and I are going over to the state of Arizona in the US of A, and we're going to help raise the flag on the third manufacturing plant in the Intiva Health Program. And the third plant is only 5 times bigger than the first 2 plants put together. And the manufacturing of pills and all the necessities that doctors and hospitals and nurses, whoever needs it, and people who serve the medical industry, whatever they need, we're performing it and producing it. And as I said, being number one in the world, the growth is exponential. And that's what we're looking forward to, helping make it a better world. So that you wake up and say, we're preventing people from suffering, pain, and suffering, and dying before they need to or should. And that's the nice part about it. Intiva Health. I want you to write it down, because I want you to get yourself a pen, paper, and I'm going to give you some information that is really going to knock your socks off. As I told you, our business is Intiva with Intiva Health, but we are the Golden Rule Society charity for more than almost 53 years. So here it is. I want to write you write this down, and most everybody, you know how to do it. www.goldenrulesociety. That's all one word, no spaces. So www.goldenrulesociety.org, O-R-G. Simply means we're a charity, nonprofit organization, not only nationwide, worldwide. Now, when you get there, you're going to see all kinds of good things. And I'll tell you, one of the things that's really very popular is called discounts on travel. And the story that I like to tell is a friend of mine from San Diego, California, had to go up on a business trip to New York City with his wife. And he called and said, and this was years ago, he said, "Yes, I want to go to New York and back." And they said, "Okay, that'll be $1,000, as an example." And he said, "Well, you know, I'm friends and I'm part of the Golden Rule Society charity. There's no fee to be a member, by the way. Doesn't cost anybody anything to take advantage of our gifts. And He said, "Oh, you're part of Golden Rule Society." Yeah. Oh, let me. This is the guy that's running selling the tickets for one of the airlines. He said, "Oh, it's only going to be $600." He saved $400 on the very first trip, and it doesn't expire. Anytime you want to call the number that you'll see on our website that I gave you, goldenrulesociety.org, you'll see travel discounts. Well, give it a shot. And by the way, I must be upfront. We have no control over the amount of the discounts that you might get, or if the discounts are available. I use the example that if you're calling an airline and they fly East Coast to West Coast and they got a bunch of empty seats, they'll be happy to get a discount to have somebody in the seat. If they don't have any empty seats, they're not going to be able to give. They're not going to be giving discounts. But that's something you have to try with the airlines that you'd like to fly on. That's completely up to you and to them. Our Golden Rule Society charity, we have no control over that. That would be impossible on our line. But that's the point. That's just one of the many things. And while you're on the website, you're going to find access to Intiva Health. And you can check it out. Because, as an example, usually when I meet a medical doctor, I always ask him, Dr. Jones, are you familiar with the Intiva Health program? And they always say, oh, yeah, sure, yeah. I said, have you visited their website? Well, I haven't had a chance really to do that. I said, well, I think you should. And usually in about 3 to 4 or 5 days later, I get a call back and say, Len, why didn't you tell me about this sooner? Because there's so many opportunities to help make them a better medical professional just by taking advantage of all that is happening. Every day there's a different change. Things that used to work yesterday, not working today. So that's available. Intiva Health. And I'm very proud and honored. Growing up as a coal miner's kid in Pennsylvania, decided to find out that I helped make it a better world with the advantage of the Intiva Health program, saving lives all over the world. And if you ought to take advantage of it. And that's why we're here. And Mary or Linda, are you still with me?
Oh, yes, we're here.
Okay. Well, would you mind taking it for just a minute or two because I need to take a sip of coffee.
Definitely. You know what I love about this program and the way that Mary has incorporated all the different platforms is it's so neat that we are talking and people from all around the world can hear us and can like this friend from India can type in a question or a comment and then we on this platform and all the others that we can make a difference, that we can talk about the kindness campaign and we can talk about Intiva Health and the Golden Rule Society. And then Monday through Friday, we're talking about different subjects with Optimize Your Life and Beth Wyman on Wednesdays, who's a nutritionist. She can share the information that she has. I'm looking forward, Mary, to hearing about all the different things on Martin Luther King Day. Um, what a experience that we have that we can share his words and his vision across the United States and Canada, but also across the world. So, Mary, can you give us just a little hint of some of the things that we'll be talking about Monday?
Yeah. So, Optimize My Life, we have a tradition. So, we do shows all week long, but we
Mm-hmm.
also do a lot of shows for different events, different holidays, different things. So, coming up Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It happens to fall on Inauguration Day. So, we're going to do a little bit of
Yes.
both. So, we're going to talk about not just this famous speech, I Have the Dream speech, but we're going to talk about his childhood, talk about different things about Martin Luther that put him on the path to go. and where he is and where, why he was so persistent and what the things that made him who he is. And understanding that, because in our day and age, in our society, we are so quick to give up, to quit when things aren't working. And we're so easily sidetracked by being tormented or bullied, if you want to call it, or trolled, because your message doesn't align with the status quo at the time.
Mm.
And so I want to use his speech about his dream and how he hit those brick walls and how he was threatened and he went through so much to inspire our next generations and our people now to be able to stand up politely and talk about different changes you want to make. Especially with the inauguration and what happened a few years ago with January 6th and
Yeah.
how we are in such a divided environment right now. I want to help use this message to bring it together and have us see that we can not agree with each other, but yet understand
Mm-hmm.
and accept each other and listen, not just talk louder. Coming up in March, we are doing a special all week long for Neurodiversity Week, and it's to bring awareness to autism and neurodiversity and how we are so behind in the times of the ways of treating these children and how to adjust in what we're doing to help make these kids' lives better. And we're going to start out with talking about home and how to create that safe space and that environment at home to make your kids thrive and grow. Because it doesn't matter what happens in the world, as long as they have that place to go home to that they know they're welcome and understood, they will grow and adapt and be happy. And the best part is one, you'll have experts, including me, but you're also going to end up with a couple guests coming on that grew up in that world. They are autistic, and they are people that I talk to on a regular basis that consult with on different things and thoughts that I have. And they're going to share their viewpoints for parents to listen to, understand some of the things you do as a parent to these children that you need to adjust and change.
Excellent, excellent. So I know my nephew grew up with syndrome, Tourette syndrome, and he's obviously an adult now in his 30s and functioning regularly, wonderfully. Um, but it's one of those situations that when your child is first diagnosed with something, where do you go? Where do you get information from? And so, Mary, what you're talking about is so important because it's so neat that there's a safe place to discuss, the conditions and find help and find somebody that knows, okay, this is what's happening. What do I do now? Um, and that it's so important to have a sounding board.
No, in tradition of Optimize My Life, we talk about facts. We
Mm-hmm.
talk about results. We do not work on theory, conspiracies. And in the process of this, we're actually going to launch a new show. And I'm glad you brought that up, not meaning to, but is that where do you turn to for information?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How do you find the right information? Because there's so many conspiracies out there. We had the health show on Wednesday talking about how, unpasteurized milk is safe for the average person. You know, um,
No.
it's not for the average person. Farmers have built up a tolerance to it because that's what they grew up with. It's
Right.
different than it is now. We're not used to all this stuff. It's like kids who live in a glass bubble that go out and eat dirt and end up with getting really sick because they lived, in a sterile environment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but same with medical, vaccines, good or bad. Do vaccines cause autism? Um, Different, cures for things that are just off the wall that people are doing. As another good one is Asemic. It's now the go-to Hollywood weight loss drug. And because of the way it's been used in Hollywood, they're talking about banning it instead of the people who really need it might not have access to it. Things are created and we're getting them misused. And so a lot of us don't know where to turn. And so we will have professionals in their fields on talking about different things and different topics to help weed out conspiracies to facts and understand fact-based things to know, and resources and links to help you find the right things you're looking for.
Mary, you are just doing such wonderful work. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to add a little something to let you know what kind of a person Mary Stanley is. Well, she served in the military, very successful, did a great job. And after being in the military, she's married to a wonderful man, and they have two wonderful children. Natasha, she's a, no, I'm sorry. Ariana is the daughter, and the son's name is David. And her husband is a fine gentleman by the name of Andy. But here's what Mary Stanley did. She found out about our program with the Golden Rule Society charity, and she asked to come aboard, and she was welcomed with flowers and everything. We were to have her on board. But here's the deal: we have, and I've mentioned it a couple of times, the kindness campaign. And here's what Mary came up with. She said, "That's really good." She has two children, youngsters. They're in high school and school. And she talked to the principal of the school and said, "We have this kindness club, kindness campaign." And she said, "I'd like to, wouldn't it be nice to have each classroom in every school, in every city, in every state, in every country in the world have kindness clubs, not anything that would interfere with the teachings of what the teachers or professors are trying to convey to the children, but simply the kindness club, where the kids, instead of bumping heads and fighting with one another, next thing you know, they're living the kindness campaign, treating others the way they want to be treated, with hope for peace in the world." And it's just working fine. So Mary presented that to me, and I said, "That is fantastic." So can you imagine, whatever country you're in, listening to the show, thinking about, wouldn't that be nice if my children were in a school starting off at a youngster? They don't need to be in high school or college. They can start off in grade school. Why not? And how to treat each other with kindness and good love. Why not? And that's what we're performing, and that's what we're pursuing, and that's why we want to see, again, in every classroom, all the kids. Again, no interference with the teachers teaching what they are focused on, but the kids just being nice to one another rather than throwing rocks at one another. So that's one of the awesome, wonderful awards that Mary Stanley received. And she did receive a wonderful award from the Golden Rule Society charity for her dedication and her work in helping to make it a better world. Mary Stanley, God bless you now and always. Keep up your great work. And I just had to tell everybody on the show today all the wonderful things that you're doing. Keep it up. You're a good, wonderful challenge, wonderful, dedicated performer, and a great citizen. God bless you, Mary. I'll turn it back over to you real quick.
Thank you. That's an honor hearing that from you, sir. So one thing I'd like for you to talk about a little bit is, you know, a question that I have. Now, you talk about your military service in the Navy and stuff like that. My first question for you is, were you enlisted or were you drafted?
None.
Was that a question for me? I missed it. What was it?
Yes, sir. Were you enlisted or were you drafted in the military? Did you
Oh,
join?
no. I finished high school and I was off to the Navy. I enlisted. And as I mentioned, I wanted to go to electronic schools and all that sort of stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, here's how it happened. Uh, they said, "Hey, Len Kaine, you did pretty good on the tests. We'd like for you to take another test to see if you're qualified to go to the Navy Flight Training Program." I said, "I never thought about that at all." I said, "What qualified me to do that?" They said, and I'm not bragging, but I'm telling you the truth here. Graduated high school, went into the Navy, took all the tests that they give you, and they came and said, "Len, you had equivalents of 2 years of college education already, just a couple of days out of high school." I said, "Wow, well, what does that mean?" So that, well, you're going to go to electronic school, but the opportunity to go and fly Navy airplanes is available. I said, "Well, I don't know much about that, but I'll give it a shot." I did tests. And the next thing you know, I was down in Pensacola, Florida, at the Naval Air Station, learning how to fly airplanes. And that was the best thing that ever happened to me in my life because I flew for the Navy for 26 and a half years. And then when I retired from the Navy, an airline called Pacific Southwest Airlines here in San Diego area, California, came and said, "Hey, Len, we'd like me to hire you on as an instructor pilot." I said, "Well, okay, if you insist, I'll give it a shot." And that was fun. And so I was an instructor, but I was also a line pilot. And we were flying all the way up and down the western coast of the United States. And that's just how the Golden Rule Society came to me, by the way. And as an instructor, here's one of the things I got a kick out of. There's they had a group of fighter, or not fighter pilots, but airline, or just pilots that wanted to be airline pilots. So I was an instructor with them, show them how to do it, keep the sunny side up, and all that sort of stuff. And there were about a dozen of them. And the training finished, well, about a month or so, and was all successful. And the pilots went back to the owners of the organization. And here's this small world that it is. We were Pacific Southwest Airlines, was the name of our company. And they were down in Texas, and they just gave the name of their company Southwest Airlines. Just they simply dropped it Pacific, and they were and still are very successful airline.
Oh yeah.
But me, when I was flying up and down the West Coast, one Christmas I got 2 electric shavers for Christmas. And of course, one from my wife and one from her mom. And I said, "Well, what am I going to do with 2 electric shavers?" I asked my Navy fighter pilot buddy and airline pilot buddies, "What am I going to do with two electric shavers?" And they all told me the same thing, pretty much. "Len, you shave your legs with one and you
Oh,
shave your face with the other." But one day on the airplane, I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. I have an electric shavers, it was $25, never been used, and I'm going to swap it with anybody on board right now for something of greater value.
oh,
And, and each flight, I will keep swapping the projects." And we were doing this all on paper. And long story short, we ended up swapping and swapping, and then we had enough products, and what people donated, if you will. We then offered the opportunity to sell tickets to all the charities in the San Diego area. Long story short, we had enough gifts that we raised almost $100,000
oh, wow.
How much? $100? And it all went to charity. I didn't see any. I didn't see a penny. I didn't want to. And the money went to charity, which is what was the goal. And a good friend of mine who was an attorney, also my golfing buddy, said, "Len, we got to do something. Because people are going to say, hey, what'd you do with the money? You know, where is it?" So we formed a corporation, and we shot. And surprising enough, it's called the Golden Rule Society Charity. And when somebody makes a donation, we pay for the electrical bill to keep the corporation going. But whatever we have, we donate to others. Those in need. Again and again, I'm not selling anything, and we're all non-paid. So there's no, hey, let's do this, do that to get money in my pocket. No way. We're here to serve and do the work of the Lord. So that's kind of a Ziggy Danak story to tell about how we got started with the Golden Rule Society Charity. And we're going to keep doing now and always, because with the charities that programs that we have going, and by the way, I've only got 5 nominations for the Nobel Peace Prize.
It's
Only,
amazing.
and in 2014, they said I was the number 2 in the world. And I talked to them and I said, hey, I don't want to be number 2 anyway. I want to be number Well, they laughed at it. So that's what we're doing, and we're still working on it. And people are talking about more sponsorships, but it doesn't matter whether I am or not, because I'm still going to do the same good work in helping to make it a better world. And I want you all to get with it. You can visit our website, because when you get to the website, I'll say it one more time: www.goldenrulesociety.org. And you'll find that most everything there is free, with some things that are better than free. And I can't possibly give you all the things, because one of them is with the Hope Collection that Miss Linda Clayton is on board here with her, and her husband, Ronald, he's now the acting president. And they do have wonderful opportunities for educating children of all ages. You got what you're doing, why not do something better? And if you're going to do something better, I offer what I call the Golden Rule Society's Golden Dollar. And on the Golden Dollar, it's the size of a dollar bill. On one side is an action plan for living, and the other side is an action plan for business. And it's the size of a dollar bill. It fits in your your purse or your pocket.
Mhm.
And if you ever have time when you're doing something or waiting, you pull it out and you read it again. It's the educational, motivational, inspirational programs of the most successful people in the country and in the world. Why make the mistakes that have already been made? If you follow the teachers, you're going to be more successful in your life, the relationships you have with people. You're going to be more successful in business. Why invest in something that you find out, hey, it didn't work? I lost a lot of money. You got to stop that. And that's why we offer. And we offer it for free. If anybody who's listening wants it, just send us a stamped, self-addressed envelope. I will send one. We'll send one to you. And it's Golden Rule Society at 333 Orange Avenue. And that's in Coronado, California, 92118. Kind of easy to remember. So that's what we offer. And I tell people I'd give you a money back guarantee, but I can't because it's free. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's just about quitting time. And Linda and Mary, I'm going to let you put the closing of the door, and we'll have a good day. God bless. Over to you, nice ladies.
Oh, Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Linda, are we doing week in review tomorrow or are we skipping it?
I can do it tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. My I'm echoing again. There we go. But oh, see, my sound is messed up. But anyway, 9 o'clock tomorrow, 9 to 9:30. We'll be here.
All right. So thank you, sir, for joining us today, Mr. Len. We'll see you back here next Friday at noon Eastern, 11 Central. And join us tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Slave driver. 8
And Mary,
a.m. Central for
I'll
weekend
see you on
review.
Monday just to visit you on the show. This special observation, and I'll be there just to pop in.
Awesome. Thank you, Len.
Wonderful.
And
Thank you,
join
Len.
us Monday at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, as we host Martin Luther King Jr. Day and talk
And
about
Inauguration Day.
Okay,
inauguration and togetherness.
Yes.
there you go. Well, God bless you all, and have a wonderful weekend, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
Have a good day. Have a good night. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
All
Bye
right.
for now.
Bye bye.
thank you.
Bye now.